know exactly where you are right now. You've been watching agency content for weeks, maybe months. You've got notes, pick a niche, maybe even tried some outreach. Sent a few messages and nothing happened. You still don't have a single client. So let me tell you what's actually going on, and then I'll show you the exact system that I use to fix it. It's 4 steps, and at the end of this video, I'm going to hand you the automation that runs most of it for you for free. Now, here's the part where nobody says out loud. You are waiting for the perfect niche, the perfect offer, the perfect website, some magic moment where you finally feel ready. But none of those things get you a client. What gets you a client is a stupid amount of contact with people who have money and a problem. So here's the fix. You pick something that's good enough, not perfect, and you send the messages, you make the calls, use a script that already works instead of writing your own from scratch. Only then, you look at what came back and you adjust. Most people do it backwards. They get ready, they aim forever, and then they never fire. They're still tweaking their logo 4 months into the project. You don't need to be 100% sure that it works. You just need to send it. Step 1. Lock in an offer that's hard to say no to. Step 2. Find real businesses with real phone numbers. Number 3. Do the outreach. And number 4. Look at what happened. Change one thing, and then fire again. That's the whole thing, and we're gonna go through it step by step. You've got 3 options here. Option 1 is a free trial offer. First month, completely free, and this is the easiest yes you will ever get from a client. But it will also bring you the weakest ones, and that's fine. If you have 0 case studies and you've never onboarded anyone in your life, this is where you start. Option 2 is to pay on results. You only pay me when I book you an appointment, and only if I bring you a customer. This is close to impossible to turn down, and at least here you have a shot at making some money. Now be clear about what these 2 first offers really are. They're not for the client, they're for you. You are the one getting paid in experience. You're learning how to onboard, how to set things up, how to handle someone when they message you at 9 p.m. That's the real payment, and once you've done that 2 or 3 times, you'll already know what you're doing. Option 3 is a flat monthly fee. $297 a month, $497 a month, whatever fits. And so many people mess this up, especially with websites. They charge $3,000 once per client, and then the next month they're back to 0. A recurring fee is harder to close than a free trial, but it's still easier than asking a stranger for $3,000 upfront. So which one do you use? If you have 0 case studies, you can use the free trial option. Get 2 or 3 wins, get a testimonial, and then start charging for more. Don't sit there wondering how you're gonna scale this up until $1 million a year. You're at 0. Just do one thing, pick one niche, start it over and over until the money shows up. Now you need to find people to talk to. Go to Google Maps, type in a niche and a city. I'll be using pastries in the USA. And then you can go through these one by one and copy them into a spreadsheet by hand. But that will take hours and it will make you quit by Thursday. So you can use a scraper instead. There are a bunch of free ones. I use Smart Scraper, so you can install the extension, open your maps, click on search, hit on extract, and it scrolls the whole list for you and hands you a spreadsheet with the names, phone numbers, and websites. All of it. Now here's the step most people overlook. It's the one that decides whether any of these works. Half of the numbers that you see on a Google Maps search or in a website are mostly landlines. They ring at the front desk, and most of the time, front desk does not care about you. So you run that list through a phone validator, something like Clear Out Phone. Upload the CSV, it tells you which numbers are mobile and which are landlines. You keep the mobiles because a mobile number is the owner's pocket, and that's how you walk straight past the receptionist without ever talking to one. Now we text them. SMS is the lowest barrier there is. There's no warm-up, no ad spend, no inbox rules, and open rates are north of 90%. Email is not even close. But the message matters. If you text a business owner, "Hi, I do websites and marketing. Are you interested?" You're dead. Nobody replies to a pitch from a stranger. You have to make them curious. So instead of pitching, you show up with something in your hand. And here's what I mean. Before you send anything, you can go into the AI site builder and spin up a real quick version of that site for that business. It takes you about 10 minutes. and it will already look better than what most of these guys have. And then the text is easy. Hey there, I'm John. I came across your business online and noticed that you don't have a website yet. I took the initiative to build one for you. Would you like to take a look? If you prefer I don't text again, you can just reply with bye-bye. It's short, specific, and it's true. That is the thing that matters. Because when he says yes, you can actually have something to show him. And then you have a follow-up that goes out if he says nothing. I'm following up to see if you have a chance to consider the website I built for you. I believe it could really help your business. Most people will say no. That is normal. You just need 1 to 3 people out of 100 to say yes, and then you call that person and book the meeting. Now here's the problem with everything I just said. Doing this by hand is brutal. You're copying numbers, sending texts one at a time, trying to remember who replied. By day 3, your spreadsheet will most likely look like a mess and you'll stop. So I built the whole thing as an automation and I'm giving it to you. It's a snapshot, 2 workflows inside a folder called SMS Outreach. And let me show you what it does. The first one is called Trip. You load your list in and it sends 50 texts a day because this is what keeps your number alive instead of getting flagged as a spam and shut off in week 1. And then it waits for an hour and then it checks that contact. And then this is where that second workflow comes in. Adding a tag for a condition check. It's the brain of this whole thing. The second someone replies, it reads what they wrote, and if their reply has words that mean stop, it tags them as not interested, and if there's anything else, it tags them as interested. It happens in a second without even you intervening. And then the drip workflow reacts to that tag. If they are interested, you get a notification and the contact gets marked as a new lead. That is the signal and that's the one you call. If they're tagged as not interested, they go straight into the do not disturb section and they will never hear from you again. And you don't have to even remember to take them off the list. If they have not said anything at all, it sends a follow-up and then it waits a day and then checks again. So what you actually do every day is this. You open GoHighLevel, you look at who got marked as a new lead, and then you call them. That's your whole morning, and the automation handled everything else. Here's how you get it, and it's free. Click the first link in the description. It's also pinned in the comments. Create your GoHighLevel account through that link, and the snapshot gets loaded straight into your account. You don't build it, you don't import anything, it's just there in your workflow, ready to be used. And GoHighLevel gives you 14 days free, so you can run this on a real list and see if anyone bites before you pay for anything. Now, SMS is the easiest place to start, but I'll tell you what works better than everything else in 2026. It's cold calling. First, you get an answer in 10 seconds. You don't sit around for 3 days wondering if anyone opened it. Second, and this is the one that matters, it builds your sales skill. Think about it like this. If I could snap my fingers and put 10 meetings on your calendar tomorrow, you would close 0 of them because you don't know what to say yet. That is not an insult, but it's just true. And it's true for everyone at the start. So if you've spent a month doing email and it fails, you learned nothing. You're exactly where you started. If you spend a month cold calling and you book nothing, you are still a completely different person at the end of it. You're calmer, faster, and harder to shake off. And then when you finally get to do a meeting, you don't blow it. I know it sounds scary, but what's the worst thing that could happen? Do both, text them and call them. And one last thing, make sure that you do at least 100 a day for the next 3 months, and then you measure how many replied, how many has booked, how many has showed up. If it's working, do not touch it and keep going. If it's not working, change one thing, like the first line of your script, maybe your niche, or even your offer, and then try again. Look at the numbers. That is the loop, and you just keep running it until something starts to book meetings, and then you run that thing to the ground. So that's it. Pick an offer that's easy to say yes to. Pull up a list off Google Maps and strip out the landlines. Text 50 a day and let the automation do the rest. Call the ones who say yes. You will get your first call booked this week if you start doing that. Now here's what to do right now. Click the first link in the description. That is my GoHighLevel link. Sign up through it and the SMS Outreach snapshot goes straight into your account. Both of these workflows, and you don't need to pay anything extra for it. It's free. And then you get 14 days free with GoHighLevel, which is enough time to load a real list, send real texts, and find out if this works for you before you even spend $1. You can watch another video after this one, you can take more notes, or you can have 50 texts going out tomorrow morning while you're still eating breakfast. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one.